So let's start with the session. Today we will look after security. Okay. This week we'll be looking after the security.
Okay.
Okay. So security is one of the important topic where you will find jobs only on security in Workday. So Workday security plays a very important. Not only in Workday, any other modules also like any other tools, any other ERP tools. Security plays very important role. Okay,
Yeah.
so now, so we will be learning what are the different type of securities that are there in Workday. Okay, and different type of security groups that are there, and what are the different type of security policies that are available in Workday. We will be going through all the topics. Okay, now see, we have to know a lot of theory when it comes to security, not like compensation, not like reports, okay, not like a business process. Here there will be lot of theory.
Okay.
So, how does the configuration setup happens? First of all, we know that there are some organizations that are there in Workday, like supervisory organizations, location, cost center, yes or no?
Yes.
And we are going to link all this to users and roles. Okay, like for example, we are having different type of roles like uh, director, HR manager, okay, HR supervisor. These are different type of roles. When it comes to users, like we'll be linking these roles to users. Okay, like Logan McNeil, we can see that, right? She's the head of HR operations. Where we'll be logging with her, and we will be doing some of the actions. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Now, see, for the role is linked to role-based security group, and these users are linked to user-based security groups. For example, I told you, right, this director will be linked to HR partner, HR manager. So these roles are linked to role-based security groups. And these users are linked to user-based security groups like security administrator. Okay. Now we have different security policies like domain security policies and business process security policies. Okay. This role-based and user-based are linked to these domain security policies and business process security policies. Now, we have view and modify access any of the security policies. Like we need to view the policies, we need to modify the policies. So get and put. Remember this. Okay. Domain security policies having get and put, and in the business process, we have seen the business process, right?
Yes.
We'll be having like initiate the process, review the process, resign the process. Resign the process in the sense where we are going to cancel or revert the process. Resign means, remember this.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be using this word reside in Workday. Now, these domains are linked to subdomains, and these business processes are linked to different business process function areas. Okay, nothing but they're called as secured items. They're called secured items. So in the real time, if any issue comes, if someone was not able to view any report, we can see that view secureable items is one of the tasks where it helps us to find what are the different type of securities that are there in Workday, or we can use like compare security groups. Let me show you. See here. Can you see that tenant? Now,
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Okay. think quite slow today. Okay, login menu. We'll see. See, view security groups for user means what are the security groups that the user is having. Okay, so when you click on this report, okay, it will show you what are the security groups that are related to the user. Okay, now
Yeah.
see this security access based on security group or role. Okay, and security analysis for security group. This is one of the report that gives you, okay, the information that is related to any of the security groups. Okay, now we are having one more thing called compare. See this
Security.
security for two workers. If you want to compare security for two workers, okay, then we can use this option of compare security groups, security for two workers. So it helps us to compare what is the security group that is available for one worker and that is missing for other worker. Okay.
Okay.
So if you click on this, it will ask us to enter the worker one and worker two related data. So if you enter the worker name and worker two and you can compare them, then it definitely will provide you the security that is related to the both of the users. To compare, let me take you to this Logan. So any other user will test. Let's see. These are the users, test user that is created by some other person. So let's see. If it will come, let's say from. Sure. You can see that, right? Security group
Yes.
missing from worker one. Okay. Security groups missing from worker two. Okay. See, these are the security groups that worker two doesn't have. Okay. No. Rules missing from worker two. Common security. These are the common security groups. Okay. So comparative security group, security for two workers helps us to compare the type of securities that both of the users are having. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so let us see it. So this is how the configurable security component means, for example, how the security is related in Workday. First, we do have the organizations and they are linked to the user roles and users. So roles and users. So these roles are related to role-based security groups and users are related to user-based security group. Now, these role-based security group or business or user-based security groups are linked to domain security policies and business process security policies. So, and now these are linked to secureable items or secured items in different type of functional areas. Okay, this is the configuration structure. This is the structure how they are linked. Okay, in Workday. Okay, now let's see what is configurable security process. I told you that we are having domain security policies and business process security. Okay, now what is meant by domain? What is meant by business process security? For example, if you're going to work on anything, okay, like hiring, okay, and we are working on area like compensation. So there are different type of domains. Okay, now, so when it comes to domain security, we'll be knowing that who and what. Okay, who means in conjunction with organization control who a user can access, and what means control what types related actions and reports a user can perform. on the workers that have access. Means when it comes to domain security policies, okay, remember that who can view it, who can modify it. Get and put means like view and modify access. Okay, get and put are nothing but view and modify nothing but domain securities. Remember this. Now, when it comes to business process, like we have seen in the business process, there are certain type of actions like who can initiate the process, who can act on that, who can resign on. So there are different type of actions that we can perform when it comes to the business process. Okay, so business process security policy will have these like initiate, review, approve, and decide. Nothing but business process security. So let's see the domain security policies for functional area. Can you see here?
Yeah, domain policy.
You can see, right? Domain security policies function area. You can type the word. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So we can select any of the function area. Let's check any of the functions, say a functional area, and see that. Okay, let's go for the pre-hire process. See this. Okay, so this is the functional area. These are the different type of related actions that we can perform on this. Okay, man, what is going to be pre-hire? Okay, what does it going to do? So manage pre-hire and recruiting information include personal data, background checks, hire, eligibility, job requirements, and employment agreements. Okay, so this is the actions that we can perform in this function area. Now we can see manage pre-hire and recruiting information including personal data, background checks, hire eligibility, job requirements, and employee agreement. These are the actions that we can do. Now status is active. See here different type of functional areas. Okay, nothing but the functions. Okay, now domain security means it's an index data source. See, index and non-index in the thing. For example, when you are going to uh, when you're going to write any SQL queries, do you remember that SQL queries? Anytime did you use this index and non-index? For example, if you want to fetch the data a bit faster, we are going to use like indexes. We are going to apply indexes on your database to faster retrieval of data because when you look at your notebook or a test book, we'll be having some index, yes or no?
Yes, yes.
So what we will do, the index helps us to fetch the related information, use of related information. So by looking at the index, we can say which page, where the new chapter start and what page or which page number and what is the information that is there in the particular page number. So by looking at the index, we can know the information. So index helps us to fast retrieval of data. Okay, now see this. These are the different type of security roles or group types that are allowed. Okay, in this business, in the domain security policies of function area, and we can see here. So we can see here, right? Report, task, and permissions. Okay, and
Yes.
stable actions by integration permissions. I will explain you. Okay, so these are the different type of security groups or functions that are available in this pre-hire. Okay, you can see here the same thing. See, these are the different type of domains, and we can see what are the security groups or okay secureable actions. Okay, in these particular domains for all these domains, we can the same thing we are representing here. say job requisition data. So these are the different type of security policies for functional area. Now we can see here, right? See here, look here. See in this job domain security policies, okay, we can see what are the report and task permissions, like security groups. These are the security groups who can view and modify. Okay, who can view the process and who can modify the process, security groups. Now, the same thing here. See this. Confidential job requisitions assignee, okay, implementation. So these are the different type of security groups who can view and modify the access. At the same time, the integrations permissions. See, integrations are nothing but we can see in the last. Okay, so get and put. So get and put might view and modify the same way. The integrations, how do we do? Like see here, when it comes to security groups, we have like view and modify. Can you see here?
Yes, yes.
So integrations are something that will be working in the future, not now. These are our last classes integrations where we can view or modify, nothing but get and put when it comes to the integrations. Remember this. So how we can modify, how can we view and modify that the same way we are going to use, okay, get and put when it comes to the integrations. Remember this. Okay, clear on this?
Yes, yes.
Now, so these are the different type of security groups. See here, when it comes to managed pre-hire, so this is a particular domain where we can see who are going to view the or report or task permissions, who can view them, who can modify them. Okay, and see here integration permissions. So
Yes.
these are the different type of, okay, and this is like a domain where we can see who are going to act on this particular security group. Okay, now, so how to go to here?
Oh,
How to see this, Harshit?
first we need to go for domain security.
Yeah,
So there
domain
it will ask for functional.
security.
Next step is functional area.
Where we can view this, okay, who can act on this, okay. See here, who can view this, who can modify this when it comes to the reports or task permissions. But when it comes to integrations, we are going to use get and put. The
Get
same
and
way
put.
how we can view and modify. For integrations, we can see that get and put. I hope you are clear. Okay.
Yes.
Now, so there is, we can see this. We are going to see like view security policies by using like view security policies for functional area, and we are going to modify this. We can see how we are going to modify this. See here, if I want to act or make changes to these reports or task permissions, okay,
Yeah.
go to, you can use this. Or we can directly go to domain security policies for function area, try to give the function name and see when you're giving the function name, we are going to come here. So these are the particular different type of domains. And if you want to provide access to any of the particular groups, okay, so here there is option. Can you see here the related actions?
Yes.
Function area. Okay, so edit. Okay, how to do that? We have to go to the related actions, okay, and we need
Functional
to
area.
edit them.
Okay.
Okay, pre-hire processor function area. Okay, go to the related actions, functional area, and we can edit it. Or can you see here down there is option of edit permissions?
Yes.
So we can directly click here, or we can do like that. Okay, edit permissions. Okay, see here. So if you want to add any of this, okay, like view access, if you want to add any users, okay, then you can directly add here. Let me show you that. So I can click on this. Okay. Okay, there are too many here. Let me add and show you. Here, you can create this. Okay. So if you want to add any security group, we can directly add here. Okay.
Yeah.
See here, we're clicking here. Okay. We
Yes.
can create a row here and we can click on. Okay.
Yes.
So here we can do view and modify. Clear on this?
Yes.
So now I am see.
Yeah.
Can you see here? There is something.
Yeah. Your
Can you read
changes
out this?
have been saved but are not yet in effect.
What is meant by that? Just let me. What is mean? 1 minute. Just read out and say.
Uh, whatever changes we have made, that are saved, but they are not in effect. That means I think we need to implement.
No, can you repeat that once?
Uh, we have made changes, but they are not in implement. We have made some changes, but they are not in the implementation.
Means they are not still active.
Yes.
So how to make this active? This is very important. So how to make them active? Okay. So we should think on that. See, whenever we are going to make changes to any of the security groups in Workday, okay,
Yes.
we have to activate them by using a task called activate pending security policy changes. Okay, how to make them?
We need to activate them.
Whenever you make changes,
Okay.
okay, immediately the changes will not get impacted. Okay, you have to make them active by using a task called activate pending security policy changes. Okay, activate pending security policy changes. Now, so let's go to security and try to activate them. Okay, so now we made changes to the security group and again we need to activate them. Make sure that, because most of the time in real time, see, we'll try to make changes to the security groups but we'll forget to activate them. Okay, we'll try to forget to activate them. So by using a task called activate pending security policy changes. Okay, do some comments. Wait, it's taking time to fetch the data. So it's taking a lot of time. See, where did we do that? We worked on domain security, right?
Yes. HR manager.
HR manager, right? See here,
Yes.
manager grants view. Okay, so you need to select this option. Try to select the checkbox and click on OK. So this is how we are going to activate, okay,
Yes.
the security group. So we are having two security groups, mainly like domain security groups and business process security group. So if you want to look into the domain security, we have to go use a task called domain security policies or function area, and where we can click on the give access to see what are all the type of access that are there on, like view access and modify access, and we can see the integration permissions like get and put access. So if you want to add any other user, click on the edit permissions or go to the related actions and click on edit
Okay.
and try to give the required security group, and after that we need to activate it. So how do we activate them?
Active.
Activate
We'll use
pending
task.
security policy changes. Try to remember the name. How do we activate them?
Activate pending
Yes, activate pending security policy change.
security policy changes. Okay.
So by using the task, we are going to activate the security policy changes that are modified. So make sure that whenever, okay, you are going to make changes to the security group, they will get activated only once you are going to activate them.
Yes.
Even if you modify them, it will not get activated. This happens in real many times because see, in the real time we'll be having so many works, right? We'll be thinking on something, we'll be trying to modify the thing, but we need to activate them. Make sure that you are going to activate. Remember this task,
Yes.
and this is an interview question also. So how do you activate them? By using a task called activate pending security policy changes. Okay. So by using the task, we are going to activate the changes that we made into our security group. Clear on this?
Yes.
Now, see, the next one is business process security policies for function area. Okay. The next one is business process security policies for function area. What is meant by business process? First of all, I think last week only we had a topic called business process, right? So
Yes. Yes.
what is meant by business process?
Okay. In business work will be defined like what are the actions we need to take, what are the steps involved in that a particular process.
Okay. So business process is something that it is a defined process where we have to follow in order to
Yes.
achieve some task, yes or no?
Yes.
So where we will be acting or initiating any type of process, and some users will be getting providing their approvals. Okay.
Yes.
And some users will be like acting on few of the steps, and some users can revert the process. Yes or no?
Yes.
So not every user can act on that. Not every user can initiate the process. These are related to the business process security process function area. Okay. So these function areas are associated with domains. Okay. Now, so in the business process, there are several kinds of permissions like initiate the process, approve the process, resign the process, cancel the process, and correct the process. Okay. Now, controls who can be added to the business process definition or steps in the workflow. See, we can see that who can control the process, who can initiate the process. Okay. See here in the picture, we can see that the initiation, okay. And after that, the manager get the approval and it goes to the partner. So we can see different users are acting on this. Now, see here, if you want to view any things related to business process security, we can view here. See, see that the functional area. Okay, here process. Let's see what it is going to represent. So how to go that? We need to use a task called business process security policies for functional area. Click on this. Now, see, this is the function, this is the domains, okay, function area. See here, manage a pre-hire and recruiting information, including personal data, background checks, hire eligibility, job requisition, and employee agreement. So this is related to the business process for a pre-hire. Okay, see this, in the business process, we can see who can start the business process. Okay, initiating action, close job requisition, who can close the process, who can do some action, who can do action steps in the business process, and who can do actions in the entire business process. See here, the action and security groups. The action view completed, view all, and view head out. Okay, action like cancel, note. Okay, so these are the different type of security groups that can act on a particular step. Action, correct. Okay, now action deny, who can deny the process. Security groups all use means the user who is having all users can deny the process, because see, in real time you'll find a lot of issues with security itself. A lot, in the sense, a lot. It's very tough to find out what is the issue related to the security group. Okay, now we can see there are different type of business process here. See here. So business process type is post job. So here we can see who can start the business process, who can do action steps in the business process, who can do action steps in the entire business process. Okay. So we can see that there are different type of actions. Okay. A user or a team can perform in the business process. Means if you are related to this particular group, then only you can act on a particular business process. Make sure that. Okay. Now, so if you want to if you want to edit any of the business process, so click here, related actions, go to business function area and edit. Okay, now, so these are the included domains that are there, and if you want to add anyone, we can do this. Okay, now after that, click on OK. Means just I didn't edit it, but I'm showing the same way how we did for domains. We can do the same thing for business process. But after this, what should I do?
Need to approve.
Nothing but activate.
Yeah.
So what is the task used to activate the business process?
Activate the pending business security policies.
Activate pending security policies. This is the task. Remember this name. Activate pending security policy changes. This is very, 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 very important, and definitely you will get this question in interview.
Okay.
So how do we activate any security changes? How do we activate them? Okay. How do you activate them?
How are you using?
Very, very, very important. Okay. Try to remember the names of the task. Activate pending security policy changes. What is the task name?
Activate pending security policy changes.
Can you repeat one more time?
Activate pending security policy changes.
Yes, by using the task, we need to activate the changes that are made to the security groups. Clear on this?
Yes.
So we have seen domain security policies, we have seen business process security policies. Now, tomorrow, we will see Workday security concepts and some notable assignments. So we will see more security groups on tomorrow, because it's bit confusion to understand. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.